Well, good evening, guys. Welcome once again to my channel, Marty the Magpie. And like I say, guys, it's great to have you once again. I do apologise for the grainy footage at the moment. I'm just trying my new camera out on my laptop. So if it looks a bit grainy, guys, I do apologise in advance for that. And I've just come on this evening just to give you a bit of an update on the Newcastle United ongoing takeover saga. And as you've probably seen over the last couple of days, you know, Amanda Staveley has been on Talk Sport. The last couple of weeks she's been talking to Tyne T, Sky Sports. And I was reading this morning that they don't expect the takeover to go through before the start of the season. But, guys, we knew that anyway, didn't we? You know, it's one of them situations. It's gonna drag on and drag on. I mean, they've only just started, so I'm told, the arbitration process. You know, that's going to take time. And you know, if anybody thinks out there that this is going to be a quick, swift thing, which it should have been in terms of getting new owners in, but sadly the Premier League have decided that, you know, we're not going to make it easy for Newcastle, and now it's had to go to arbitration. And do I think it'll end there? Me personally, no, I don't think it will. I think the arbitration will go well, but I still think the Premier League will drag its heels, and it will probably have to go to legal action, where they will have to go to court and then get the club that way. But like I say, guys, Marty the Magpie here, and if you like my videos, then please, if you would like to subscribe to the channel at the bottom of the screen there, and feel free to leave a comment as well. Now, the good thing about this is the takeover situation, which I believe is going to happen, as I've said many times before. I think it will happen. I think it's going to be a drawn out process, but we expected that, didn't we? Honestly, we did. And I think with Amanda Staveley coming out, a lot of people say she's talking shite. You know, the thing that I really think about is, why would she put herself out there? You know, if this wasn't going to happen, if they weren't confident that this wasn't going to go through, if it wasn't going to go ahead and well with the arbitration, then why would she go talking to Tyne T's and Sky Sports? And recently, you know, she had a bit of a sparring match with Simon Jordan on Talk Sport. I mean, why would she do all that if she didn't think this was going to go through? You know, it should be hiding away like fat mate, wouldn't she? Should be, you know, just not bothered. It would be, oh, you know, I'm not saying anything at this time. It's all going through the mixer and everything, because then you would find it a bit dubious, wouldn't you? But it's the fact that she's come out and she said all these things about how she believes the takeover will go through, and when it goes through, not if, when, is one of the big things. But it's going to take time. But for the moment, guys, we just have to be patient as fans, don't we? Because she said on TalkSport that everybody is still with the deal. Simon Jordan actually put it to her, are the Saudis still involved? And what she said to that was, we're all here. We're all still here. And I thought, wow, that's good, Amanda. You've said enough there. And, you know, they're all still there. They all want this deal to go through. But it's gonna take time, ladies and gentlemen, as I've said before, because the Premier League have messed us around big style. And do I think that they should suffer consequences for it? Certainly, but they won't, because, you know, FIFA's not getting involved. Yeah, the government aren't getting involved, supposedly, and UEFA obviously aren't getting involved either. So it's down to the arbitration process. But I mean, all these guys have to do, and this is where the Premier League would fall short. You know, if they decide to set up a business plan and they lay that out on the table in front of the Premier League and in front of the arbitration people, you know, sitting around this table, and they set out their business plan for the club, and it's all good. You know, the list of directors who they've got there, who are going to be running the club on a day-to-day basis. If they've got all that, then it cannot really fail, because they've got a business plan. It's all set up. I mean, as I said before, excuse me, guys, I'm just going to have a sip. Don't worry, it's water. It's water, don't panic there. There'll be a few here out there saying, what the hell's he got there? Pint of vodka? No, don't like vodka, guys, and it's not gin. It's not gin, okay? Anyway, getting back to what I was saying. It's, I think I've lost my thread now, haven't I? No. The Premier League, they're going to have to eventually cave in. Because, as I say, I think they're frightened of what Newcastle United can achieve. Because, as I've said on so many occasions, they don't want their little group interrupted. And this isn't the Premier League, mind you. This is the likes of Liverpool, Chelsea and Tottenham, who I've called out before. Who I've called out. Yes, you guys, yes. Liverpool, Tottenham and Chelsea, yes. Called you out. And, they're the ones who are absolutely shitting themselves because of this takeover situation. Because Manchester City and Manchester United and Arsenal, they don't give a toss. At the end of the day, they've got money. They're okay. They're sitting in a pretty decent position, so they're not bothered. At the end of the day, it's just another challenger to them. But I think if Newcastle United were successful enough for this takeover to go through, it's going to take 4 or 5 years before we start punching above at the weight of these heavyweights in the Premier League. But I think if it does go through, it's going to be a big, big thing. And the likes of Liverpool and Tottenham and Chelsea, they could get left behind. They honestly could get left behind because Arsenal have just been taken over. Yeah. Manchester United, all right, they haven't got the best owners in the world in the Glazers, but they've got good players. They've got a good manager there. And if they can keep winning, or if they can get investment from somewhere else, they're going to be up there as well. But then Manchester City, we talk about them. Now, Manchester City are the kingpins at the minute in the Premier League. They're doing well. But, they're not bothered if Newcastle come roaring back. They're not bothered about that at all. But I think what some of the clubs in the Premier League are worried about is the fact that, and Richard Masters is worried about, is because Newcastle United, with the amount of money that's been said to be put into the football club, they're going to revamp the stadium, they're going to revamp the training ground, they're going to revamp the squad. And they're going to get in a decent manager to come in. So, with all these things being put into perspective, all of these things, Newcastle United will be a force to be reckoned with. And, basically, them 3 clubs that I mentioned earlier on in the video there, Liverpool, Chelsea and Tottenham, they don't want that because I think they'll get left behind. I think then the top 3 will be contested within the next 6 years, when this takeover goes through, will be Manchester United, Man City and Newcastle. And Arsenal there possibly as well. Top 4, should I say. I think the likes of Liverpool and Chelsea and Tottenham will get left behind. Tottenham will just get left behind. And they deserve it because not so much the fans are fantastic. But it's the guys who are running it, particularly that Daniel Levy. He's an absolute prat. And the way he's running the football club is rotten. And he doesn't want anybody else. They want to be playing the ball all the time. Well, we'll get into the top 6 every year. Well, they didn't last year. And I think Newcastle United, if they get taken over, they're going to go straight in there, top 6 within a couple of seasons. And they will be challenging. Because there'll be some good players coming in. And let's face it, guys, we do need a revamp of the squad. And we do need players to come in. I firmly believe that we will get the world's best. But it'll take time. And that's something which a lot of Newcastle fans out there, are getting. They're wearing rose-coloured glasses. Quite honestly, guys. Some of you are. Because you think, once this takeover's done, then it's going to be, we're going to get the Mbappes of this world and the Raheem Sterlings of this world and the Robert Lewandowskis of this world and Jack Grealishes of this world, Harry Kanes. But we're not. Not straight away, guys. We're not going to be able to get them players in. There might be a couple of marquee signings, but it's going to take time. And, you can't just buy a load of players into a team. You can't just bring a load of superstars into a team and get them to play together. because it doesn't work like that. Sure, they're gifted players, but they're not going to be able to do it straight away because they've got to settle into a rhythm. They've got to get it together as a squad. And, like I say, the manager, whoever it may be, has got to get them absolutely spot on. Now, there's a question. Takeover happens. Who comes in as manager? Let's face it, guys, it's not going to be Benitez, is it? Because he's taken over at Everton. And there's no way he's going to walk away from there to come up back to Newcastle. Yeah, because there's one thing that Rafa Benitez has got, which a lot of people have underestimated the guy. He is loyal to clubs that he's at. He won't just up and leave. If he signed a contract, he'll see it through. So Benitez is out the window. And, it could be Pochettino. It could be they might go looking for somebody like Jose Mourinho to come in. And, it could be they might even go after Gareth Southgate. Who knows? But one thing that I know is that we need a decent manager to come in who can motivate the players. Do I think Steve Bruce deserves a chance? Well, I don't know. The jury's still out on that one. I did say a while ago that he should be, but I don't know. Because he just doesn't seem to be their type of manager. And I think if he comes in, they might say to him, all right, Steve, there's some money, go and get this team built up. But unless he delivers within the first couple of years of the takeover, they're just going to say to him, nah, sorry, mate, we need somebody bigger than this, somebody better. And I think that's the way it'll be. But as far as the takeover's concerned, the headlines this morning were very specific that it's not going to be done before the start of the season. But nobody's expecting it to be. Because as I said, the arbitration process still needs to be sorted out. As far as I'm aware, it started, but you don't know for sure. It needs everything needs put in place. It's going to take time. It might be halfway through the season when the takeover finally does come. I think personally, guys, there's not going to be the hype that we thought there was going to be. I think we're just going to wake up one morning, or we're going to be at work or whatever on an afternoon, and a text's going to come through, a headline from Sky Sports News, Newcastle takeover completed. And that's what it's going to be. And, are we expecting great success within the first couple of years? Well, people who are, they're just idiots, because it's not going to happen. If they think that these guys are going to come straight in, start chucking money about like there's no tomorrow, then mistake. Okay, because it's going to be a long process, but it will get done. I believe it'll get done. Marty the Mad Magpie believes it'll get done. What do you guys think? Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think on the takeover situation at Newcastle. Do you think it should be just left the way it is? Just let me know, guys. It would be fantastic to hear from you this evening or whenever you can. Okay? So I'm going to just wrap it up there, guys. That's just a quick takeover update and a bit of a chat with you all. And I hope you've enjoyed my video, and I'll hope to see you all very, very soon. And just to clarify, I almost forgot myself. Newcastle were in action today against York City, and we lost 1-0 away from home, which, it's disappointing. We've got 11 players missing, for various reasons, COVID, injury, some players still on holiday. So it happens. It's a pre-season friendly. Some people are getting their beds about it, but come on. It's a friendly, for goodness sake. And also, big congratulations to Callum Wilson as well for getting the number 9 shirt at St James's Park. I think he thoroughly deserves it. I think he'll carry it well. And Joe Linton has moved down to number 7, which has been vacated because Andy Carroll has moved on from the club. He's been released. So, Joe Linton might become a better player. Now he's got the burden of the number 9 shirt off his back. Who knows? But we'll have to wait and see. And Andy Carroll, I wish him well. And, it's a shame that on his second spell at St James's he couldn't come back and emulate what he did beforehand. But, a few injuries aside and a couple of bad clubs, that he went to, I think it's ruined him. But I think he'll do well if he goes down into the Championship or the SPL or wherever, or abroad. I think he'll do well. Okay, guys, well, I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. Like I say, please subscribe to my channel if you like the videos, and please feel free to leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Okay? Take care, guys. All the best.